San Diego library system is looking at big changes to stay relevant in the future. ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons takes an in-depth look at why they plan to focus on digital programs even after the branches reopen.
With buildings closed and in-person services unavailable, the San Diego Public Library spent most of the last year expanding and promoting their digital programs.
Even though we've been closed, pretty much closed, people are still really engaging with us.
Library Director Misty Jones says from March of 2020 through February of this year, the library checked out 702,000 ebooks, enrolled more than 4,000 people in online courses, and created 800 new virtual programs, which reached 2,400 people.
I think that's what we've learned, is that there's so many different ways that we can engage with the public, and there's so many different ways that people can experience the library, and we're going to continue that.
The mayor's new budget gives the library an extra $1.3 million to expand their virtual programs, adding ebooks, internet access, and computers. But it could come at a cost, a $5.6 million overall cut to the library budget by eliminating 100 jobs and closing all branches on Sundays and Mondays. Negotiations are underway to get some of that back.
Eventually, the goal is that all 36 branches are back open at pre-pandemic service levels at some point in the not too distant future.
There's been progress. Jones says Mondays are back on the table and many jobs lost will be absorbed as part of a restructuring to turn part-time jobs into full-time positions.
We're working furiously to get those positions hired, to get those hourly positions converted over to benefited positions so that we can start to reopen.
And the extra digital programs will help the library close the city's digital equity gap, where many low-income families don't have computer or internet access.
If anything, this pandemic really shed a dramatic light on the inequity and the inaccessibility to the internet, which has become mandatory, necessary, the way that we learn, work, and live for a lot of people. And so we really need to address that as quickly as possible.
Now the goal is to combine the best of online and in person when the pandemic ends, preparing San Diego's public library for the next century.
For me, people discovering those online resources, I was a little like, yes, finally. People are using them, and so let's take advantage of it and keep going in that direction.
Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
Now, the revised budget should come out around May 20th, which will give a better idea of what kinds of cuts the library is going to need to make.